how can you overlook everything about the club? How can you be so detached from what makes the club? And I think it ultimately means they just don't care about what fans think. They brought in tickets without concessions for 66 quid a pop. If you want to take your kid or whatever, it's going to cost you £132 for 2 tickets. Like,
Adam, I want to bring you in because there was INEOS have come in and they came in, you know, great fanfare because they weren't the Glazers.
Yeah.
And it's fair to say it's probably a little bit rocky.
they look like Glazer light at the moment.
Well, yeah, I mean, and a lot of that of late was to do with the with the ticket pricing. So one of the things you're unhappy with.
Kind of mentioned like American owners, and it's disappointing that we got Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who's from the local area. And he did an interview with Andy Mitten, and he kind of suggested that, you know, the ticket prices at Fulham are so high, so therefore ours should match it. But then you compare house prices in those areas, and it's 1.5 million in Fulham, and it's a lot less in the surrounding area of Old Trafford. And I just find it a little bit, how can you overlook everything about the club? How can you be so detached from what makes the club? And I think it ultimately means they just don't care about what fans think. They brought in tickets without concessions for 66 quid a pop. If you want to take your kid or whatever, it's going to cost you £132 for 2 tickets. Like, it doesn't make sense. And I think what they thought would happen was, because it was only 3 or 4% of the overall allocation, like, it wouldn't affect my season ticket price. I think I pay about £38 a game, which is probably fair for, you know, I get to see Manchester United every week. It's amazing. But I think they thought fans like myself who already have a season ticket would be like, oh, well, it's not us. It's everyone else. It's going to be the tourists, so it doesn't matter. And it was refreshing to see fans kind of go, hold on a minute. We all need to stand up for this. I think it was the United-Everton game, the Liverpool-Man City game, where we saw all those fan bases come together to try and put a stop to it. Because the minute we allowed that to happen, next season it'll be my season ticket. You know, the season after that it'll be everyone else's tickets. And we have to put a stop to it. And it's just a shame that someone kind of comes in, pretends to be a man of the people, sacks everyone left, right and centre in the job that has jobs there, and then also tries to crank the season ticket prices up. Yes, football clubs have to compete. Yes, the Glazers have put an untold amount of debt on Manchester United, but it's not our debt. It's the Glazers' debt. You know, it's the debt that they've created. Manchester United were debt-free before they came in, so why do the fans now all of a sudden have to pay for it? And also, we talk about transfers. I'll be honest, I can take or leave Anthony being at Manchester United if it means ticket prices stay the same. Because most of the time they're spending money on crap anyway.
Well, will those ticket prices stay the same? Because I remember when the FSG came into Liverpool and there was the furore about the £76 ticket and there was a big walkout. I was actually in the stand that game and walked out. You know, I had to, I think. I couldn't have sat down. It was Klopp's sort of first to second season. And to be fair to them, they backtracked and they changed it. After what happened with INEOS, is the talk of them backtracking or changing the ticket prices?
There's been a few games since where they've brought concessions back in, but ultimately that was because the tickets didn't sell out when you put them at £66. So I suppose fans talking with their feet and, you know, not turning up and paying those prices for it has meant they've had to backtrack. But the minute we're in the Champions League, or the minute, you know, we're in a title race, something, hopefully soon, probably never, but the minute that happens, they're going to just put the prices back up anyway.
How do you stop it? That's the question. You know, do you vote with your feet and just not go? You said people haven't been going. I haven't really seen.
I think it was that small percentage of tickets that didn't get taken up at that price.
So it's only a very...
Yeah. So the season ticket holders are already locked in. And that's the problem. They've got us by the balls. They know we want to go to football games. They know we want to watch our teams win. And sometimes you're already locked in. You've got a season ticket. So...
Well, 66 quid for the ticket is ridiculous. For Man United, you think of Manchester as well. We know Manchester. There's so many deprived areas, and as you say, INEOS, Jim Ratcliffe himself is from Failsworth, which, look, there's some nice places in Failsworth. Don't get me wrong, but it's a deprived area. And you talk about people wanting to take the kids with them. If you take one kid, you look at 120 odd quid.
It's a lot worse.
If you've got a family, you're looking at 300 or 400 quid. It's just not right.
It's unsustainable. You can't No. You can't do that.
It's a lot worse than people think, though, because I was at Anfield and they put the banner between the City and Liverpool fans, and it was really stop exploiting our loyalty. And then I went to the toilet, came back out for the start of the game. The 6 Barcelona fans stood in a line in shirts in the away end. I'm thinking, how have these got tickets? And they all just paid big money to City. I don't know why the tickets have got to them. You'd have to go 15, 20 years at least at City to get an away ticket.
City's a bit like that though now as well, isn't it? I went to the semi-final against Real Madrid a couple of years ago.
So bad.
I've never seen somebody for
You know the worst thing about that particular game? They usually, for those kind of games, they'll make, you have to have gone to this season at least 10 games to get a ticket, and they put it at 0. So it was just touts were getting them. All they wanted to do was make money out of that game, and it said a lot. Do you know what I mean?
And they've tried to stop they've tried to become the touts to beat the touts.
There's no more season tickets.
They've seen touts are getting 100 quid a ticket, so they go, hold on a minute, we can do that.
You can't get season tickets at City anymore, mate. So if
they're trying their best to stop the touts, aren't they? They've got all the e-tickets.
Well, it's because they want to make the money out of it themselves, I think. Genuinely, that's the way I see it. I think the reason they're stopping the touts is so they can sell a ticket for £5.
Soon we'll have dynamic pricing.
Well, we've got it next season, because obviously we're moving stadium, aren't we? So the dynamic pricing is going to come in at Everton. And yet, my season ticket's going to go up about 100.
Your tickets will all go down price, though. You'll be all right.
That was... We might finish it, but we had to wind me neck in for a bit. But if Onana's in goal for you, we might catch it.
I keep going back to our club, and you think of Jim Ratcliffe, confesses that he was a Man United fan, again, I'll say from Failsworth. What's he doing for him? Yeah. So, if he was a United fan, he went to United all the time, there's nothing positive happening with the football club. The team look bang average, as the position in the league will say. And as I said before, they're not doing anything for fans, they're making it.
But isn't it the same?
So if we've got Jim Ratcliffe, we talk about all these American owners,
yeah.
We've got Jim Ratcliffe who's supposed to be a United fan from Failsworth in an area in Manchester, and he's still hiking prices up. It just shows us no...
We done a cup final out, didn't we? Cup final kicking off at 5:15 and trains back to sort of Liverpool, Manchester. We're going at 7:15. Like, you've got the game's still going on, how'd you get no one? And it's only it's when these things happen, everyone goes, oh, that's terrible, isn't it? Yeah. But to stop that kind of thing, everyone does have to come together. It's really hard because your tribalism stops you from doing it, but if everyone could, and it's a big ask.
The sad thing is, though, like, if the younger fans are being priced out and they don't become legacy fans like us, I guess, and the legacy fans are aging, eventually there's not going to be a group of fans that will stand up to it.
That's what I'm saying. And then ultimately, tourists don't want to go.
Adam, where's all this cost cutting United doing with staff?
Where's the Christmas do gone? They cut that as well.
Where Christmas do? Yeah, well, there's a
Disabled Supporters Association.
Yeah, there's so much cutting. Where's that money going then?
You know,
it's just like
in their pockets.
Accounting errors on transfers. It's not like they could make a slight accounting error and save that much money on a like, I don't understand what their aim is.